So, obviously everybody thinks of like head movement and they think of boxing, which is counter punching, right? We can do drills with this, but we do kicks also. And one of my favorite things is when he goes jab and I slip out here, is I let him slide in and I keep my hands out like goalposts and I can grab him. So a lot of times people have trouble getting that knee counter against the punch, right? Because you feel like the punch is going to come back, right? Pull back, right? Same thing we're actually training. Pull the punch back, right? And then you go like, it's not there. But if I let it slip, it's harder to pull back. Okay? So, there are a lot of different things I can do with slips. But for today in particular, I want to talk about how you use slips to get into your clinch and your takedowns. Right? I think there's a couple of things I talked about that are essential in martial arts, but for strange reasons don't seem to be covered as much. I talked about distance, right? And when we did the advanced training, for those of you that stay for the advanced training, we did a lot of stuff about distance and controlling distance. We control level, like in other words, not getting taken down because you control the level. Another thing is the transitions, which is related to the distance, which is how do I go from like basic, I call it a kickboxing structure. Some people have like real hang-ups about the word kickboxing. But if you're standing out here, you're not connected and you're hitting each other with punches and kicks, to me that's kickboxing. So for example, if I slip to the outside, now I have variations on this, but the first variation is my head's on the outside. My left leg is just going to shuffle in. Now, so one of the first things I can do is just clinch him, what we call body lock. I talked about this cable right? Around the hips. Because the hips are what control him. So I want to control him by controlling his hips. That's without a level change. That's just slip and clinch. If he's dumb, sometimes he'll give you a shoulder here. Right? You feel that? Right? If I grab my bicep and I grab my head and I squeeze, tap when you tap. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Just make sure you tap with it. So that is just basically a body lock. Obviously, there's the wrestling one where I come in and you see I get a double leg. I not only slip, but I level change, and so this becomes a shoot. When I do level change and I do double leg, right when I'm doing the clinch, my ear is on the shoulder. My ear is on the shoulder because I don't want him to be able to put me in like a headlock. You can reach around and try to put me in a headlock. See there, you put me in a headlock. Go back. Try to put me in a headlock. Yeah, I don't ready. In fact, if he somehow gets his arm around here, let me know when you're flipping. See, with my head up, you can't get it. Here, the same thing. I don't want to do this, but obviously, since I'm doing a takedown, I want my shoulder to be in his hip. Because what really makes him go down, and you can do this with your hands too. We were talking about leg blocking and hand blocking, right, yesterday? I can push and pull, right? So what I'm doing with a double leg is my shoulder is doing the pushing and my hands are doing the pulling. So to the outside, I can get a body clinch. And again, my head is up so that he can't put me in a headlock or a neck crank of any kind. I shoot to the outside, and this is my double leg. Notice my head is up, and you see where I am right next to my ear is still in his chest, even though my shoulder is in his hips. Does everybody see that? My ear is right against him. If I don't do that, come over here, just let me see if I right. Shoot it on me, right? Put your shoulder there, but leave your head over there. Looks the same, right? Everybody looks the same?
Yes.
You're not going to finish the takedown. Now, go down the head. Put your ear tight against me. See how much harder it is to get there? It's just the one little thing. Yeah, see? And if you push into me with your head also. Yeah, see? Your head becomes your third arm also. So in addition to your shoulder pushing, your head pushes. Okay? So, That's to the outside. If I go to the inside, okay, first I can get a body clench. In that case, see, when my head went to my right, my left foot stepped. Does that make sense? When my head went to my right, my left foot stepped. My head now is going to my left, so I'm not going to shuffle with my right, I'm actually going to step. I like to get a seat belt, meaning I control his hips, and I like to put this hand here, because otherwise he's going to punch me in the face. If I just go, hey, let's go. Don't ever grab. We talked about this, right? If you grab, they're going to just pull their hand fight out. So you get your hand in the arm. Okay? Obviously, if you want to do it as a takedown, in here, see where my ear is in, and the knee. Okay, so let's do these two first, okay? But then that's stepping in. In wrestling terms, it's penetration. Think about what penetration means. It doesn't mean that I'm going to slip to the outside and like. That's why you have to be light on your feet. Like I said, like, you know, people think wrestling, they think like you're a gorilla or something. No, I want to be light on my feet because I slip it. He's going to tell you, not only did he feel my shoulder hitting him, right, but my hips come in. And so it's very hard to get away from me before I get a chance to do something. If I kind of do this, when I do the double leg, right, you feel it, right? And my hips come in underneath you. If you slowed it down, and if you got the feet, I don't know if you did, the feet will kind of pop off the ground because not only am I doing. Now, I wouldn't pick you up because I don't believe in kind of like stuff that you're trained to do. I talked about this with the throws. But again, you got your hips. Remember. Okay, that pelvic tilt. Internal styles talk about this all the time. And that's why I think it's interesting, like I said. Every principle that they talk about in Tai Chi, which is supposed to be the soft internal art, is all wrestling stuff. Okay? Right? Not here. This is not doing anything, right? In fact, you know, he's in all honesty, he's strong there, right? He's not strong in the knees, right? Do you feel that?
Yeah.
I go, and when you do that with this is going forward, this is going backwards, this way and this way. That's the secret getting people to fall down. Cut, and also, we call it cutting the knees. It's hard to do with gloves on. But in a good wrestling gym, good wrestling room, they actually, it's like a cut, like a judo chop. In other words, on his knee. It's not just here. It's here. You feel the difference?
Yeah.
It's not here. I mean, that's good, but that, you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Think about all your Kung Fu stuff, right?